welcome back. Today we're doing puzzle number 63 in the Fiendish Logic Puzzle book from Puzzle Baron and Stephen P. Ryder. Our last puzzle was about skydivers. This is about people who are afraid of flying. We have 7 aerophobes who are going to take a flight in 7 different months to, is it to or from? To 7 different states. And they're all going to carry with them a different good luck charm because they're afraid of flying. So let's start from the top. Clue number 1, Eloise is either the person going to Louisiana or the one with the lucky hat. So Louisiana is not the lucky hat. Nebraska will leave 1 month before Gwen. So Gwen is not Nebraska. All right, and Nebraska is 1 month before Gwen, so Gwen can't be first, and Nebraska can't be last. Okay, I think this is a incomplete list clue. We have Eloise, the 2 traveling to Texas and Delaware, the one leaving in June, and the person with the rabbit's foot. Are all different flyers. Okay, so June can't be Eloise, the rabbit's foot, Delaware or Texas. Gwen can't be Delaware, Texas, or the rabbit's foot. And the rabbit's foot can't be Delaware or Texas. Okay. The aerophobe with a horseshoe leaves 1 month before the person going to Ohio. So Ohio is not the horseshoe. And the horseshoe is 1 month after Ohio. So horseshoe can't be first, Ohio can't be last. Oh, no, wait. Horseshoe is 1 month before Ohio, so switch it. Before Ohio. Okay. The luck, oh, that reminds me. Let's start writing out some relationships because we're going to have another 1 month relationship soon. So we have Nebraska, 1 month before Gwen, horseshoe, is 1 month before Ohio, and the person with the lucky coin is 1 month before the rabbit's foot. Okay, coin is before the rabbit's foot. Okay, so rabbit's foot can't be first, the coin can't be last, and since the rabbit's foot can't be June, the coin can't be May. Speaking of June, that person has to either be going to Delaware or it has to be Doug, who doesn't have the lucky wishbone. Okay? For starters, let's just note that Doug can't be the wishbone. Now, this doesn't take too much logicking to figure out. June cannot be Delaware. So it must be Doug who doesn't have the wishbone. Because of clue number 3. Delaware and June are both on the list. So June is Doug, who doesn't have the wishbone. Wishbone there. Good. And that means we found Doug on the list. So Doug, in addition to not being able to be the wishbone, can't be the rabbit's foot, can't be Delaware, can't be Texas. Okay. All right. The flyer with the shamrock will leave 4 months after Rudy. Okay. So first off, the Shamrock is not Rudy. Okay. Okay, so Shamrock is 4 months after Rudy. So if Rudy was the very first to leave, the earliest the Shamrock could be is 4 months after that. It would be May. And if the Shamrock was the very last, the latest Rudy could be is 4 months before that, which is March. I'm just fixing up that X, make it a little more on center. Okay. Okay. Of the passenger going to Louisiana and the one leaving in April. So Louisiana is not April. Yes. One will bring a lucky talisman. The other is Olive. So Olive does not have the talisman. Let's see. So April has to be either Olive or anyone who can have the lucky talisman, which at this point is just anyone other than Olive's, but we'll keep that in mind. Number 9, Brandy is either flying to Pennsylvania or Louisiana. There it is. Okay. Rudy is either the flyer leaving in July or January. Rudy is either the flyer leaving in July or January. This should be easy. Yeah, Rudy can't be July, so he must be January. This is weirdly worded, though, because here he's the flyer leaving in July or the person leaving in January. So I guess if you leave in January, you're not a flyer, you're just a person. Or if you're if you're in July, you're not a real person, you're just a flyer. So Rudy becomes January, and 4 months after Rudy is the Shamrock. 3, 4, May. Lovely. Okay, lovely. The Florida-bound flyer will leave sometime before the passenger with the talisman. So the talisman is not Florida, and Florida has to be sometime before. So Florida can't be last, because that's not before anything, and the talisman can't be first, because there's nothing before that. And that, of course, means our friend Rudy here can't be Rabbit's Foot, Shamrock, or Talisman. And Doug can't be Rabbit's Foot, Wishbone, or Shamrock anymore. Lovely. Okay. Gwen is either the person leaving in June or the aerophobe with the lucky horseshoe. June is Doug, not Gwen. Therefore, Gwen must be the lucky horseshoe. Okay, Gwen becomes the horseshoe. And the horseshoe can't be over there. Lovely. Oh, and that Gwen couldn't be Delaware or Texas. Or Nebraska or Ohio. Couldn't be Nebraska. Well, couldn't be. Why couldn't Gwen be Delaware or Texas? Did I put it in the wrong spot? Yes, I did. Boo. I meant to do that for Eloise. Okay, pardon me for that. 1 over. No big deal. Now, the person who flies with a horseshoe, which we just determined was Gwen, in fact, I'm going to write it, will leave sometime after Whitney, so Gwen has to leave after Whitney. But, yes, the horseshoe is already pretty narrowed down. Okay. And then I'm just double checking because there was that incident with the Gwen-Eloise mix-up. I want to make sure that I'm right when I say that Gwen can only be March or April. Let's see, horseshoe. Looking for things about the horseshoe. Horseshoe is 1 month before Ohio, and Gwen is 1 month after Nebraska. June is taken, and Shamrock took May. And Gwen can't be February because I just crossed that out because she must be after Whitney. Okay, and Whitney must be before her. Lovely. Unfortunately, we don't have a situation where March must either be Gwen or Whitney, because Gwen just has to be after Whitney. So if Whitney was February and Gwen was April, that would be just fine. Okay, and finally, Delaware-bound passenger doesn't have a lucky coin. What do we know about the lucky coin? Lucky coin. 1 month before the rabbit's foot. Oh, that should actually be updated, I think. There we go. Okay. Okay, that was a very strong first round. Very good job. Okay. Eloise, starting back from the top, Eloise is either going to Louisiana or has the lucky hat. I don't think there's any help there. Nebraska will leave 1 month before Gwen. Yes, we do have that. Okay, 1 month before, so no. April. Okay, we do have a situation where March must either be Nebraska or Gwen, but those are in different categories, and well, I guess you could say Brandy can't be Nebraska, and obviously she can't be Gwen, so she couldn't be March. But that's pretty much it. Okay. Doesn't line up anymore. Neither can Rudy or Doug. Okay. So Gwen is the horseshoe, and that makes her 1 month after Nebraska, but 1 month before. Where is it again? Where is it? But 1 month before Ohio. Okay. Wait, Gwen is the horseshoe, correct? And that's 1 month before Ohio. Interesting. Ohio can't be the coin. Okay. The lucky coin is 1 month before the rabbit's foot. Okay. Good. Louisiana and April. Okay. One will bring a lucky talisman, the other is olive. Okay. Let's see. So, first off, April. Aha! Aha! Oh, we're about to blow this wide open. April must either be olive or the talisman. Gwen is not olive, and she has the horseshoe, not the talisman, so she cannot be April. That means Gwen and the horseshoe is March. All right. Nebraska is 1 month before Gwen. Whitney has to be sometime before Gwen. Ohio is 1 month after the horseshoe. So we got our Whitney, our horseshoe, our Ohio, and our Nebraska all in one go. And we're just getting started. And that's not even the point of the clue. We don't know what April is. We just knew it couldn't be Gwen. Lovely. Okay, okay, now April is Ohio. Okay. So of Louisiana and Ohio, now we have two in the same category. So the talisman can either be Louisiana or Ohio. Same for olive. Okay. So if Brandy was going to Louisiana, she would have to be with the, she'd have to bring the talisman with her, which is still possible. Okay. Okay. All right. Florida will leave sometime before the talisman. Okay, that should still be good. The horseshoe is sometime after Whitney. We got that. And Delaware doesn't have the lucky coin. We still don't know how it is. Okay. So I'm going to add to the chart in the bottom a little more. Okay, then I'm going to start at the top, and if that doesn't work out, I'll just fill in the board a little more. I mean, you know, clean it up. Okay. Eloise is either going to Louisiana or has the lucky hat, and Louisiana is either the lucky talisman or olive. If Louisiana was Eloise, obviously it wouldn't be olive, so it would be the talisman. Therefore, Eloise has to either be the talisman or the lucky hat. And she can't be the shamrock. And get that rid of that. April or July. Could Eloise be Ohio? Because that's what April is. Okay, so Eloise can't be Delaware or Texas. And she has to either be April, which is Ohio, or anything that could be July. So no Florida. No Nebraska. And that's it, but that does give us our Nebraska is Whitney. Oh, we already knew that. Lovely. So Whitney is Nebraska. Not the horseshoe and lead. Not the shamrock. Okay, Nebraska is 1 month before Gwen. We got that. Check that off. Eloise, the two traveling to Texas and Delaware. The one leaving in June and the one with the rabbit's foot are all different. Horseshoe is 1 month before Ohio. We got that. Check that off. Lucky coin is 1 month before a rabbit's foot. Oh, look at that. Coin is 1 month before rabbit's foot. And since horseshoe is March, now coin can't be February. Now, also since horseshoe is March, rabbit's foot can't be April, which means it can't be Ohio. And then June and July are still open, I think. But hey, that's something. The rabbit's foot. Okay. Okay. So Louisiana can't be anything that couldn't be Olive and the Talisman. That means it can't be the first one. Looks like here at Gwen, the horseshoe has to be Olive or the Talisman. So that's good, that's good. And the rest is good. Now Gwen can't be Louisiana. That's the horseshoe. The horseshoe can't be the... Okay, Brandy is Pennsylvania or Louisiana. Okay, April is Ohio. That's not Pennsylvania or Louisiana. So similar to what we did with Eloise, the rabbit's foot has to either be Nebraska, which February, or July, and it already can't be Delaware or Texas. So anything that couldn't be July, except of course for Nebraska. So rabbit's foot can't be Florida. It can be Nebraska, but it can't be Ohio. Nope, can't be Ohio. And could be Pennsylvania. So I guess just Florida got crossed out, but that's something. Especially since Florida has to be sometime before the Talisman. No, that doesn't mean anything. The Talisman has to be Ohio or Louisiana. 6. Talisman has to be Louisiana or Ohio, so it can't be Nebraska there. Okay, and then Delaware, it doesn't have a lucky coin. Alright, I think it's time to clean up the board a bit. So let's see. May can't be the coin. I mean, Brandy can't be the coin. May is the shamrock. Coin is the horseshoe. Doug is June, and it can be Florida, Louisiana, Nebraska, not Ohio. That one's missing. Oh yeah, let's look at some relationships quick. Okay, so Gwen can't be Ohio. I have that right? No, let's see. The rabbit's foot couldn't be Ohio, but it doesn't help us too much. Any other relationships I'm missing? Nebraska can be cleaned up a bit. I have that the Nebraska can't be the hat. Oh, no, I don't. Louisiana can't be the hat. What did I do? talisman has to either be Louisiana or Ohio. Okay, the coin can either be Rudy or Doug. Rudy, Doug, not Olive, not Whitney. Okay, nothing else lines up. So, the lucky coin, excuse me, now can't be Olive, and it's not the talisman. So the lucky coin can't be Louisiana or April, but we already knew that. Florida found will leave sometime before the talisman. Brandy has to be Pennsylvania or Louisiana. Okay, how about this? It looks like both Delaware and Texas, yes, from this list, can only be Gwen or Rudy, right? So no one else could be Gwen or Rudy. I mean, nowhere else can be Gwen or Rudy because those slots are taken. That leaves Florida to be Doug. That's June. And Florida is sometime before the talisman. So the talisman has to go here. That means the rabbit's foot has to be here and the coin has to be here. That means the coin is Rudy. And as we said, Rudy, who is now the coin, can either be Texas or Delaware, not Pennsylvania. Oh, and the coin can't be Delaware, apparently? Why is that? Yes, it can't be. That means Rudy is Texas and Gwen is Delaware. Delaware goes here, and that's the horseshoe. And the coin is Texas, yes. Okay, now all we have is Louisiana and Pennsylvania. Okay, brandy options. Okay, that means the wishbone has to be April, that's Ohio. Wishbone. Making it line up, so it has to be Olive. Olive, Ohio. So April is Olive, that means Louisiana is the talisman. And Pennsylvania goes here. Lucky hat goes here, that's Florida. That's Doug. the shamrock has to be Brandy. That's Pennsylvania. Louisiana goes here. That's Eloise. Louisiana. And that's July. That's the talisman. And that should give us our rabbit's foot. Here is the... I think we have everything. Let's go through the chart. So in January we have Rudy with the coin going to Texas. In February we have Whitney with the rabbit's foot going to Nebraska. In March we have Gwen with the horseshoe going to Delaware. In April we have Olive with the wishbone going to Ohio. In May we have Brandy with the shamrock going to Pennsylvania. In June we have Doug with the hat going to Florida. And finally in July we have Eloise going to Louisiana with her talisman. Let's check our answers in the back of the book. Puzzle number 63. Okay. Rudy, Whitney, Gwen, Olive, Brandy, Doug, Eloise. Good. Coin, rabbit's foot, horseshoe, wishbone, shamrock hat, talisman. Good. Texas, Nebraska, Delaware, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Florida, Louisiana. We got it. All right. There's very little left to clean up the board. I think it's just this square here. So I'll do that very quickly, and I'll thank you all so much for watching the video. Voila! Thanks for watching. This was an easier one.